It starts.
Yeah. Hello all. I welcome you all to the post-gate counseling session in which we're going to discuss about a lot of what's and a lot of chances, possibilities after finishing gate. Here, right, see, so far what we have done is one thing, and from henceforth, what we're gonna do is another thing. Why? Because um, means we have clearly set the path for preparation of the gate. We gave the gate because everything is so well articulated, everything is so completely laid out. Picture has completely been laid out, right? And we set the targets and we prepared well, and we are able to get the good results or intermediate results or some bad results. We have a mixed bag, right? So I mean, what I mean to say is some people got the good rank, some people got average rank, some people got below average rank, some people were not able to qualify for the gate exam. Now what? What exactly are we gonna do right after we finish with the gate exam? Especially after the results came out, our we right now we do have an ambiguous state. What exactly is gonna be done? Because the rank card is gonna be one thing, which is going to tell you some path, and some people who got the rank card with a good rank, they are in a kind of a confused state. The people who got the rank card with the average rank also are in a confused state. The people who got the below rank or the below average rank, the people who didn't even get qualified also are in a kind of a confused state. Now, let me clear all those confusions. I'm gonna give you the complete clear path directives to what exactly to be followed. What exactly is your path henceforth in this session. So I want you people to, tell your friends to join in the session as quickly as possible, because this is going to be one important session through which you'll be able to understand, you'll be able to identify the right path, regardless of your rank, what you got in the gate. If you got a good rank, you will get know. If you got a average rank, you will get to know. If you got a below average rank, you didn't get qualified in the gate also. I will show you the clear path. What exactly is going to be done. So let's start this session without wasting any more time. Dashni, Sudha, Suhaina, Fatima, I welcome you all to negate. First of all, the biggest confusion is the marks to score. What exactly, for how many marks, what is the score that we're going to get? Let me show you something which is very important here. Let's see. Yeah. Cutoffs. Initially, let me start about this cutoffs. Here, when it comes to the CS, the cutoff for general is 30. For OBC, it is 27. And for SC, ST, it is 20. Just find out, because most of the people actually are listening to the session are from computer science. If you fall, below 30, that means that you are not qualified. But don't worry, we're gonna have many paths even when you're not qualified. If you're OBC, just are in a better position than when it compared to the general people. 27 is the cutoff. When it comes to SC, ST, you will be, just need to get or secure 20 marks. If rank card shows 20 marks, then that means that you are qualified. You're eligible for application. When it comes to the data science, it will be 26.4, 23.7, and 17.5. W 27.7, 24.18.4, and BT is 25.8, 23.2, and 17.2. And chemical, it is 25, 22.5, and 16.6. Just for mechanical, there is a mechanical here. EC is 26.4, 23.7, and 17.5. But when it comes to the mechanical, the cutoff rank is a little at a higher edge, that is 24.7. If you are unable to secure 34.7, that means that you did not get qualified. 31.2 is for the OBC, and 23.1 is for SC and ST. Now that means that if you are above this score and equal to the score, that means that you got qualified. Right after we are qualified, again, then we are going to look at the ranks. And depending on the ranks, that we'll be able to understand where exactly we are getting into. Okay. Now, again, marks to the score map. If you score anywhere around 80 plus, your score will be 900 plus. Rank, let me talk about rank here. Your rank would be in top 50. Once again, here I just am considering CS here. Mechanical will have a little higher, higher thresholds. All the other branches will have a little lower threshold. That's on an average, it will be the clear picture from which you're going to get a complete idea of how many marks are going to get you which rank. If you get anywhere in between 70 to 80, the gate score will be in between 800 to 900, and you will be in top 100. And then when it comes to 60 to 70, your gate score will be in and around 700 to 800, and top 300. You will be in top 300. Again, 50 to 60, your score would be around 600 to 700. You will be getting anywhere around top 800. You will be in top 800. 40 to 50, your gate score will be in between 500 to 600. Your score would be around 800 to 2000. 30 to 40, 400 to 500 would be the gate score, and 2000 to 5000 would be the approximate rank that what you're going to get. When it comes to the 25 to 30, if your score is in between 25 to 30, for most of the branches, this is not, for general especially, this is not a cutoff score, and cutoff score should be more than 30 for especially general. But still, considering all the possibilities, you will get a gate score anywhere in between 350 to 450. Approximate rank would be in between 5000 to 10,000. When it comes to 20 to 20, we just are able to score only in between 20 to 25. Gate score would be in between 300 to 400, and approximate rank what you're gonna get is 10,000 to 20,000. Now what? Now, initially, let's understand this fact. The people who actually are joining the session, listening to this session, are of several kinds. The people who already cracked the gate, the people who did not crack the gate. Again, when you talk about cracking the gate, the people might have cracked the gate with a good rank or some average rank. The other people might not have cracked the gate exam. But let me tell you, hold your horses on till I finish this, because down the bottom, at some point, I'm going to explain you what are the beautiful options or the possibilities or the chances if we are unable to crack the gate exam. If you are not able to crack the gate exam, let me tell you, it is not the end. Okay, it is not the end of the world. I need to admit this point very clearly, because even if you are not able to crack the gate exam, still there are many possibilities, because you spend some time to prepare for the gate. If you have prepared for the gate exam, no matter how your preparation was, how good your preparation was, rather how bad your preparation was, you have a clear perspective towards your topics and technicality, right? Because gate is going to give you a technical overview. So first of all, let me talk about those options I consider better. Let me talk about those options if you are unable to crack the gate exam. Okay, so I just will tell you if you're not able to crack the gate exam. Now, for example, if you did not qualify for the gate exam, rather, although you got qualified, after the counseling, you may not have secured a seat in the IITs or NITs in which you just actually are targeting. Now what? Let us say we did not get qualified, or we did not get an admission into IITs or NITs. Now, what are the alternatives? This is one important thing that I need to start with. Actually, just want to push it and end, but to give you the complete orientation, because most of the people, when they fail in the gate exam, they may think that this is the end of the world. In fact, this is not. More doors are gonna get open. Let me give you a clear idea, clear picture about those gates that are going to get opened, even when you did not qualify for the gate exam. Okay, so now, what are the alternatives? Next alternative is, obviously, one thing that I choose is, I'm not going to stop my preparation. If I did not get qualified for the gate exam, I am not going to stop my preparation. I will prepare, but here I will use some strategy for the preparation. What is the strategy that I'm going to use? One simple thing is, of course, I'm going to do something. Maybe it's job or preparation for something else. In addition to which, I also am going to prepare for the gate exam for the next year, because I already prepared well. But due to a few things, several factors, I'm not able to crack the gate exam. So what I need to do is I'll set my mind to give the gate even for the next year. I'm not going to refrain myself from giving the gate for the next year. I'm not going to get disappointed. Nobody is going to demotivate me because my preparation already is on. I'm at some level. If I can stitch some gaps, if I can fill some gaps, I will be able to really crack the gate exam next year. If I can crack the gate exam, again, many doors are going to get opened. For this reason, I will prepare. But what I choose is here, I will be doing something else also in parallel to the gate preparation. I will not sit on completely on gate preparation. I'll be doing something else. I apply for the job. If I get good, meanwhile, I will keep on searching for the job. Meanwhile, I keep on preparing for some competitive exams. In addition to which, I also will prepare because I already spent some significant amount of time for the gate preparation, right? So I'm not going to get it wasted. I am going to prepare even for the next year's gate. Obviously, I will have better chances. I will be the best candidate to crack the gate exam with a good rank as compared to the others because all the other people are starting their preparation right now, but I am way ahead of those people. This fact is going to make me a better candidate for the next year. So obviously, I'm going to prepare for the next year, but in parallel, and not alone, in parallel to the other things, other activities that I'm doing. Now, I just need to tell you, technical skills only can take you home. What I mean by this? Because now we understand that we are in 2026, which is purely being dominated by AI. We are hearing some newses and we are hearing some we are hearing some news and some rumors about how AI is taking the jobs of the human beings, how AI is replacing everywhere. But let me tell you one thing very firmly. Now we're in a transformation state. We just are in a transformation state. AI is not going to replace you. AI is going to give you very better alternatives. AI is going to create. Now the picture is completely vague. Picture is not completely clear, but trust me, by the next year, it will be, at least we will have a clear picture how AI is going to give you other opportunities. For that, you should clearly be very strong in your technical skills. Now, in the aspect of the technical skills, we people already are the better prospects as compared to the others because we already started our gate preparation. We prepared for the gate. Technically, we are stronger at least. I would say at least 60% we are technically good. Due to some reasons, we did not crack, we are not able to crack the gate exam. But still, we are technically strong. If we prepare more, yes, we will be able to get into this AI world. Only the thing is, we should be able to think in the direction of the AI. Now, I just am not confined it to computer science. AI is just not a computer science. It doesn't mean that it is only computer science. AI is everywhere. If you feel that AI is only computer science, no, it is not. AI is not just computer science. Mechanical, there is AI. Doubly, AI. Electronics and communication, there is AI. Everywhere there is AI. So we need to make sure that we are in the right track. We should upskill ourselves in whichever direction is possible. In our core domain, we need to upgrade to artificial intelligence. Just check it out how it's going to be possible. Okay, mastering is easy, but just needs a little time. Your technical skills mastering is so easy because if we are able to spend some good time on our technical skills, we will definitely be able to master our technical skills. So the first alternative I choose is to prepare also for the next year. Okay, now creates a lot of opportunities. AI is going to create a lot of opportunities you should be able to focus on. Now, I will tell you one more thing. For an example, you are a gate aspirant. You are not able to, let us say, secure a good rank. The rank is very, I would say, at the lowest bottom, or you did not secure a rank. But still, we want to do our MS in some good universities. One biggest opportunity which is awaiting for you is abroad. Okay, especially Germany. You target Germany. Forget if you clear if you have cracked the gate exam, Germany welcomes you. Even if you did not crack the gate exam, still Germany welcomes you. Germany is seriously lacking the technical people. Technical people or skilled immigrants are very less in Germany. That's the reason why Germany opened its doors widely for the Indians, especially for Indians and Chinese. German universities are top class universities as compared to our IITs and NITs. As good as IITs and NITs, sometimes some universities are better than our IITs and NITs. One advantage with the Germany, one good news with the Germany is competition is not as great, rather as more as our universities and IITs and India, IITs and NITs. Competition is significantly less. If you can target the right university and if you directly can apply, and if you can secure the rank, that means that you already are starting your masters in one of the premier universities in Germany. You're already prepared for the gate exam. You're technically sound. You're not able to crack the gate exam. But now what? You apply for Germany. Several universities welcomes you like anything. If you are able to spot one university, of course, you're going to definitely, everyone, if you target Germany, one important fact that I would tell you is, in Germany, education is completely for free. You're not going to pay a single penny for your tuition fee. Every semester, you just need to pay around 200 euros to 300 euros. That's all. This is the total income that you're going to incur on you. In addition to which, you should be able to take care of your, the day-to-day expenses. That's all. As compared to US, as compared to UK, as compared to Australia or New Zealand, education in Germany is top quality education and also is a very cheaper, comes at a very cheaper price. And you're not going to be charged for anything, especially with respect to the tuition. You can migrate either as a student or a skilled person. You'll be provided with the U Blue card. If you get a job, you will be provided with the U Blue card. What is the U Blue card? U Blue card is a card that is going to be given to skilled migrants. With this U Blue card, you will be able to, you're eligible for working anywhere in Europe. As simple as that. Trust me, if you're technically good, you're eye for Germany. You're going to get settled in Europe soon. Lifestyle will get changed, and the quality of the education that you're going to get will be top notch as compared to the Indian universities or US university, or at least at par to the US universities and Indian NITs or IITs. Migration will be very simpler as compared to the USA or any other Western countries. But execution needs to have a little careful processing and planning. For this, don't worry, I'm going to take a separate session on this. How, if you really want to migrate to Germany, I will definitely take another session on this. Okay, so but Germany is one of the opportunities which is awaiting. Next one, right after Germany, I will suggest you to eye for the Netherlands, target the Netherlands universities. Netherlands universities are not free, but are relatively, cheaper prices. The tuition fees very less as compared to the US universities. If you get, obviously, you will be able to finish your post graduation within 20 lakhs. That's it. But you can migrate either as a student or skill. Again, limited options than Germany, but good in process. As simple as this. Comfortable life is so comfortable. You will be paid sometimes. Most of the times you will be paid with a stipend. Will be provided, and sometimes fee can be completely be waived. There are several factors and parameters. In the other session, I'm going to take this. In the next session, I'm going to take this. Migration is quite easier as Germany. Of course, this may not be as simple as Germany, but migration would be very easier. Okay. The next thing is, again, execution needs a little planning, I would say. And Finland. Again, Europe, one of the other countries is Finland. Finland is called the researcher's dreamland. If you just finish your BTech, now if you want to go for the higher studies, you're not able to crack the gate exam. Now you can target a course which is MS plus PhD. You can target MS and PhD. Okay. So this is an integrated course, especially in Finland, which is going to give you a lot of opportunities. Of course, again, seats are very limited, but you really eye for it. Getting into one of those universities for this integrated course will not be a big problem. So you will definitely be able to do it. Again, it has to be carefully planned. Limited but comfortable. Technically should be strong, but you should be technically strong to get into this. Once after you get into this, you don't need to be worried, because Finland, for this especially, you will be provided stipend. Tuition fee will completely be waived, and in addition to which, you will be provided a very good stipend around 2,000 euros to 3,000 euros. Okay, which is pretty comfortable to lead a complete and comfortable life for an entire family, not for a single person. 3,000 euros, if you get anywhere in between 2,500 to 3,000 euros, your life will be pretty comfortable even when you move, your family to that. So the other options also include Sweden and Austria, which are of course as good as Finland and the Germany. But as compared to the Germany, the options are less intact. Now, if you did not crack the gate exam, and if you do not want to go abroad, wonderful opportunities still awaiting in India in the view of Indian universities. Okay, no gate score is needed. Entry will be through the common entrance exam with respect to the universities. Every university will have its own respect. I mean, when it comes to the university level entrance exam, the complexity is very less as compared to the gate. Now, as you appeared for the gate, cracking these exams will be fairly simple because complexity and technicality will never be as complex as the gate exam. If you, let us say, you want to get into some Anna University, check for Anna University website for the common entrance exam. If you want to give the Anna University's common entrance exam, it would be very easier as compared to the gate exam. Gate complex level is, if the gate complex level is 100, regional university common entrance exam will be, I would say, around 10. That's all. You can clearly see the difference. The moment you start applying for this, the moment you start appearing for this exam itself, you would understand the complexity of the questions as compared to the gate exam is very, very less. You'll be able to crack these exams very simply. Thereby, you'll be able to get one good state university. Of course, these state universities are also as good as NITs. NITs, I would say, from my perspective, NITs, I would say these are identically equal to the state universities. If you are able to get into the state universities, it is very, very good. At least, if you are not able to get into the state universities because of some good competition, still you will be getting to the good colleges, good government colleges. Like I visited you people, right? Easy to crack. Universities also as good as NITs. Okay, now these are the options and opportunities once after if you did not crack the gate exam. Now, for those people who cracked the gate exam, let me admit. Any doubts you can ask me, any point, at any point, if you do have any doubts, please interrupt me. Now, let me give you the complete list of the IITs. The topmost, I mean, if you secure a good rank, the IITs that you need to watch for. Old and top IITs are IIT Kharagpur, IIT Bombay, IIT Mumbai, IIT Madras, IIT Kanpur, IIT Delhi, IIT Guwahati, IIT Roorkee. But if you really want to get into this, understand the competition is very tough and you're expected to have a good score. You should be, I can't predict right now, but I would say your score should be in, top 100. If you're at least in top 300, I would say you're eligible at least for applying into this. Seat is not guaranteed. But if you're into top 300, you just can select one of you, shortlist one of these universities for application. These are the top, total 23 IITs, in which these are the topmost IITs, but into which admission is very, very tough intake. Okay, placements in all IITs are not equal in terms of competition, placements, and research opportunities. Now let's come to, let us say, second tab. These are relatively newer IITs as compared to the previous one, but these are going to give you good opportunities. IIT Hyderabad, IIT Indore, IIT Mandi, Himachal Pradesh, I would prefer this. IIT Rupo, IIT Patna, Gandhinagar, IIT Bhubaneswar. This also is very good in terms of placements. You know that placements significantly drop down even the IITs, right? But the star marks that I put, still experiencing 100% placements with the package anywhere between 25 to 50 lakhs. Okay, so you can IIT Indore, Bhubaneswar, Hyderabad. These are the topmost IITs, especially the newer IITs list, where placements are 100%, and the package, the average minimum package would be in and around 25 to 50 lakhs. Latest IITs, these are the IITs are growing their popularity in terms of technicality and placements very, very rapidly. IIT Jodhpur, IIT Tirupati, IIT Palakkad is really good, and IIT Bhilai is good. IIT Dharwad is good. IIT Dhanbad is also good. Just watch for these IITs and according to your score and rank and choose them wisely. Okay. Gate cutoffs. Let me tell you about the gate cutoffs. With respect to IIT Mumbai, IIT Delhi, IIT Madras, IIT Kanpur, Kharagpur, IIT Roorkee, IIT Guwahati. General, your cutoff, your rank should be less than 150. For OBC NCL, your rank should be, your score should be 700 to 850 and your rank should be equal to less than 350. For SC, it will be 550 and 700 and the rank should be less than 700. For ST, 450 to 600, the rank should be at least 1200 to get into this topmost IITs. Then you are eligible. See, this is not, seat is not guaranteed. You're eligible. You just can think of these IITs for applying. Even if you apply, you may not get it. Depending on the competition. Competition changes from year to year. So what this rank card suggests is, what this rank column suggests is, you are eligible for applying for this. Eligible, of course, anyone is eligible, but you can expect a seat. Okay, so there are more possibilities that the ranks that falling under this may get a seat into these IITs. If you do not fall into these rank with respect to your category, do not even think of, because your application doesn't need to select these IITs, doesn't need to opt for these IITs. Okay, now let's talk about IIT Hyderabad, IIT Indore, IIT Gandhinagar, Rupo, Mandi, Patna, and Bhubaneswar. For general, let me gate score should be 650 to 750. OBC NCL 600 to 700. SC, just I'm not talking about rank here. I'm only talking about the gate score, because now we don't need to talk about rank much. You just look at the score and see if you're eligible for applying for this. Applying for this is feasible or not. SC, your score should be 400 to 450 to 600. ST, your score should be from 350 to 500. Then IIT Tirupati, gate score 500 to 650, rank should be 500 to 1500. OBC NCL 500 to 600, 800 to 2000, rank should be 800 to 2000. SC 350 to 500, 2000 to 5000. ST 300 to 450, 3000 to 8000. IIT Tirupati, IIT Palakkad, IIT Bhilai, IIT Goa, IIT Jammu, IIT Dharwad, and IIT Jodhpur. Now, IIT BHU Varanasi, IIT ISM Dhanbad, these also are gaining popularity very rapidly as compared to the newer NITs or the older NITs. Because I would suggest you to go to this website, because these are very good in terms of quality of education also as compared to the package in placements. But if you want to get into this, the general must be around 650 to 800. The rank should be less than 400. If you get a rank less than 400, then you are eligible for applying this. Next thing is OBC NCL. Your score should be 600 to 750. Rank is less than 700. If you fall in SC category, your gate score should be 500 to 650. Rank should be 1500. ST 400 to 550 and less than 3000. Now, you don't try to memorize the exact cutoffs. You don't need to try to memorize. You don't need to go through a lot of papers, go through a lot of websites to understand. Rather, what you need to do is you understand the tier system of IITs. That's what actually helps you to make decisions. What are the top tier, 1 tier, 2 tier, 3 tier? Where exactly your rank is getting mapped. There's no point in applying all the, there's no, if my rank is anywhere around 1500, 1000 to 1500, there's no point in opting for IIT Mumbai, right? Let us say my rank is not even below 500. What is the point in applying for IIT Mumbai? I'm general, my rank is 600. Should I apply? But most of the people do the same thing. Out of blue, what if I can get a seat? That only happens once in a while. That only happens one in 1000. So we should be very wise in our selection, our options. Okay. Obviously, CSE is greater than AI, ECE, WE, mechanical, greater than. I'm talking about the complexities here. I'm talking about a rank here. Okay, mechanical and civil. Our goal is not just IIT. It's the right IIT that fits to our rank card and the right branch. and the right future. This should be the actual goal. This should be the actual path that we need to eye for. Okay, again, I showed you all the ranks where CSE competition will be more. AI, next competition, EC, next competition, E, next competition, mechanical, next competition, civil falls under the last. But you should be able to qualify, you need to have a qualifying examination. Okay, AI qualifications may be different, but ECE, you need to have a qualifying degree, at least should be in ECE only. But CSE AI, the qualification exams will be different. For example, AI, some universities also accepts MSc mathematics students. But when it comes to the ECE, it may not be possible. Earlier, it may have been possible, but right now it's not possible. You need to have a qualifying degree only in ECE, BTech only in ECE. Check your qualification degrees, the base degrees to get into this. But if you are choosing CSE and AI, your rank should be more. Okay. But ECE people are also qualified for CSE, getting into CSE, getting into AI. Now, for example, if your rank is 1000, should you target IIT Mumbai? Should you target IIT Mumbai? Simply no. There's no point. You simply are wasting an option. That's all. Exercising the option becomes complicated here. You should never. No. Now, let's get into the facts of NIT. Let me explain you the facts of NIT cutoffs. NIT cutoffs are far more, flexible as compared to far more, I would say, it just looks good as compared to the IITs. Now, NIT cutoffs, when it comes to Trichy, Warangal, Surathkal, Calicut, which are the topmost NITs, your rank should be less than 400. Your general, if you're falling into general category, your gate score should be 700 to 800, and rank should be less than 400. If you are OBC and NCL, and NCL, your gate score should be 650 to 750, and the rank should be less than 800. If you belong to SC category, your score should be to get into this topmost NITs from 500 to 650, and your rank should be less than 2000. ST, 400 to 500, your gate score should be, and the rank should be less than 4000. Next tier NITs, Rourkela, Allahabad, Jaipur, and Kurukshetra, and Bhopal. If you target this, make sure that being a general, it falls under 600 to 700 with respect to the score, 400 to 1200 with respect to the rank. If you belong to OBC NCL, gate score should be 550 to 650, rank should be 800 to 2000. If you belong to SC, your gate score should be 450 to 500, your rank should be 2000 to 4000. If you belong to SC, the score should be 350 to 500, the rank should be 4000 to 7000. Now, the third tier NIT is Trichy, Warangal, Surathkal, Calicut. I already talked about it. Lower and new NITs. Lower tier and new NITs relatively can give you the better chances to get into, even if your score is very less. Now, have a look at this. Even if you if you get a rank in between 1000 to 5000, being a general guy, still you will be getting to this NIT. Just understand. Do not target the topmost NITs. NIT card itself, NIT label itself is going to fetch you a lot of opportunities. Only the thing is, there's no focus. We don't need to think of topmost NITs or lower, down tier NITs at all. Getting a seat into NIT itself is gold. Getting a seat into NITs itself is diamond. Make sure you get one. So understand, if you are falling anywhere between 1000 to 5000, still you get a seat in. You have a fair chance to get a seat in new NITs. Okay, if you get it, that's all. No matter what, you're going to get placed. Normal colleges placements are so good. Some good colleges, normal colleges placements are so good. Now, you can't dream about more. NITs, you got a seat into NITs, regardless of does it belong to the older generation or a newer generation or third tier NIT. If you get into NIT itself, that itself is good. Okay. If you belong to OBC NCL, again, ranked can be in between 2000 to 7000. SC 350 to 450, and the rank should be 300 to 450. The rank should be in between 4000 to 10,000. If you belong to ST category, you're not asked for much. Even if you get anywhere around 250 to 400, the rank can be 6,000 to 15,000. Can fetch you a seat in the new NITs. Okay. Even 400, 500 score can get an NIT seat, lower branches. Okay. Don't always talk about CSE. Okay. If you get a seat in AI, take it, as simple as this. Okay. Now let me talk about the counseling platforms. Or the now one more thing is, yeah, I just need to tell you about many NITs and IITs are offering MS program. There's a lot of confusion in between choosing MS and MTech. What should we choose, MS or MTech? What is the difference? If we get into MS, what are the advantages or disadvantages? If we get into MTech, what are the advantages and disadvantages? Let me give you a very clear directive to this. Let me give you a very clear, complete picture to this. When it comes to the MTech, it is purely technical. That's education. MTech is just all about execution. You know that how MTech syllabus is going to be laid out. It is more or less the BTech, right? We just start upgrading from BTech. But the exam pattern, question pattern, everything which is related to the BTech, but we just are upgrading from graduates to the masters, bachelors to the masters. That's all. MTech, it's straightforward. It is technically what you call a step ahead from graduation, bachelors. But when it comes to the MS, I would tell you, if you are research oriented, you just do not want to read and leave. You want to master. For example, you really like machine learning. You really like deep learning, I would say. Or with respect to electronics and communication, signals and systems. But in mechanical, let's say heat transfer. Let's say all these topics can be mastered in MTech. Advanced level of these topics can be, we can go for the advanced level topics of this in the masters. We'll be able to master. But if we do want to research, if we want to take this topic to the next level, here MTech will take you to the next level in the topic. Simple. MTech will take you to the next level within the topic. You'll be able to master the topic till the end. You will see the depth of the topic. But MS will give you the opportunity to perform, to do research within the topic. For example, you're really good in heat transfer. Now you want to do some research in the heat transfer. You just want to take this topic to the next level. You don't want to go to the next level in the topic. You want to invent, you want to discover, which is not invented, which is not discovered. This is what research all about, right? MS is going to be research oriented. Okay, MS is going to be the research oriented. If you really want to, I advise you people to opt this, because research orientation is not a joke. If you really want to immerse into the topic, I want you people to go for the research, MS. Rather simply, if you want to get into MTech, that also is fine, because things will be fairly simple. But MS will give you an opportunity to do the research within the topic or within what is domain where you want to go to the next level. Okay, MTech also is one of those areas where you can take yourself to the next level. Once again, the key difference in between MS and MTech is MS will take you to the next level within the topic. MS will give you an opportunity to take the topic to the next level. That's the very difference in between MS and MTech. Now, counseling, what are the counseling platforms? For IITs, we will have COAP, which can be otherwise also called as Common Offer Acceptance Portal, through which your application should be. When it comes to NITs, there is a centralized counseling for MTech. This is called CCM. Okay. Now, I would want to ask you a question. If you score 550, is IIT possible? Is IIT possible? Yes, maybe possible. But there are several ifs and buts, as we discussed. You should be able to choose it wisely. Yes, it is possible. But if you're targeting CS, being general, no, it is not a wise option. Choose some other. Maybe related one is, let us say, AI. I would say DA. Choose this. Okay. And if you belong to the ECE, you're targeting CS with a score more than or equal to 550, sorry, 550 or less. Is it possible? Maybe possible, but you may not get into CS. Your objective should not be getting into CS. Your objective should be getting into IIT. If your objective is getting into IIT, that is fairly possible. But getting into CS may be difficult. Simple. Right now, we just are graduates. You need to go for post-graduation. Now, since we are starting, it is no big deal. If you want to get into IITs, yes, you will be able to get still with the score of 550. What you need to do is don't select CS because CS is hard cake. You go for CS, your own stream, or allied streams, allied domains. Even if you want to get into AI, yes, there may be a possibility. So choose the branch wisely. If someone get 35 marks, is GATE useless? Let's say I'm not able to get a good rank. I just only got 35 marks. I got a very bad rank. I showed you all the possibilities and the probabilities to get into various IITs and NITs despite having nothing. Let's say despite having applied for all, I did not get a score. I did not get a seat. Still, GATE is not useless. GATE made you technically strong. We can't ask for more. Technically, we are so strong as we, at least in some domains, right? If you prepare for the GATE, you're really good in P and DS. After you finish with the GATE exam, you made yourself good in P and DS. It is gold. It is a diamond because you really mastered this P and DS, or else computer networks. You can go into the domain, right? You can search for the private jobs. Obviously, if you are good at P and DS, world is welcoming you like anything. World awaits you because programming and data structures, no matter where, in which year you are in, even after 1,000 years from now, I'm sure this programming data structure still will welcome you like anything because this is go. Okay, so don't think that GATE is useless, but GATE made you prepare well. GATE made you technically strong. Okay, now core strategy. Always fill choices from dream, realistic, and safe. What you need to do is, while you fill the application, the first core strategy that you need to follow, the only core strategy rather that you need to follow is first you eye for dream. Dream choices, top 20% to 30%. You just can make it. IIT Mumbai, IIT Delhi, IIT Madras. These are the top branches. So first, only dream, of course, dream can be filled up, but very minimal portion of your choices should be going for the dream. The next thing is realistic. Realistic is your rank falls you where? Your rank making you fall in which universities, which NITs, which IITs. Just look at them. Then you fill them. Are we clear? I would say 10%. I would say here this is 70%. These are 20%. 10% you fill with the dream institutions. IIT Mumbai, let us say. You're sure that you're not going to get in. But 10% of your total choices can go for the dream choices. 70% can go realistic. Let us say you are only getting IIT, let us say IIT Hyderabad. 70% your rank only can fall you in IIT Hyderabad or similar IITs. 70% of your option should be falling in realistic opportunities and options. But safe. Now 20%. Very newer IITs or NITs or whatever. Are we clear? Now, this safe will guarantee you a seat. Realistic will give you the possibility to get into the university, the IITs that you definitely can get. But dream may fetch you a seat in your dream IITs 1 in 1,000, 1 in 10,000. But filling 10% doesn't waste too much. You still will be able to hunt for, you will be able to put yourself in the hunt for your dream IITs. But realistic should be 70%, safe should be 20%. Okay, step 1, dream choices. Top IITs, CSE, BSE, even the chances are low, still fill them. Okay, step 2 is the realistic choices. The main zone is a mix of mid IITs, good NITs. Based on your expected rank, it should be a mix of mid IITs and good NITs. This is where you will actually get a sure you're going to get a seat. Once again, realistic choices, this is where 80% of your chances are lying in. Based on your rank. Based on your rank, you're going to opt for mid IITs or good NITs. This is where that you're going to get it. This is where you will actually get a seat, I'm sure. based on your rank. Third one is safe choices. These are the backup. Let us say you fail to get into topmost and even in the realistic IITs or NITs options. But safe choices can definitely land you in IITs and NITs, at least in an NIT. I'm sure. I already gave you a total list of mapping your rank to the possible IITs and NITs, based on which you will land yourself in at least one of the lower IITs and lower NITs, or at least in one lower NIT. Okay. It ensures that you don't end up with no seat. Obviously, you're gonna get a seat. Example strategy. For an example, I just this focus on this slide. This is very example. This is very important. Rank is 1500, I would say. Dream is IT header. But low chance branches. You're not talking, if you're not talking about CSE, I would say realistic is NIT Trichy, non-CSE, NIT Warangal is EC and W. Safe is NIT Silchar, Agartala. I hope you completely got a point. IIT Hyderabad, you just can opt. Directly you say IIT CS. Okay. Realistic is NIT Trichy non-CSE. NIT Warangal EC and W. Definitely that can land you in EC and W based on your base degree. And this is only giving you some information. That's why it's just not core. Again, getting the seat into MTech depends on your core branch. Okay, some universities allow, some institutions allow you to be diverse. Some universities doesn't allow to be diverse. For example, if you're electronics and communication, some universities will allow you to go into CS and AI. Most of the institutions, but some institution doesn't allow. If you are CS, you cannot choose EC. Okay, so just look at the qualification, minimum qualification that you need to achieve. Okay, biggest mistakes. Most of the people, they commits to these mistakes all the time. They fill only the top colleges. No, you should not. As I already told you, you should fill with realistic expectations. If your strategy is filling only the topmost colleges, that means that you're going to end up with having no seat in your hand, not filling enough choices. Fill all the possible choices to the length of your application, as many as possible, as many as it is required, as many as you can. Then you will definitely have a good chance to get a seat. Random order, no, random order is not possible. The order should be, as I already told you, realistic and the dream, realistic and safe. Ignoring branch versus college. This also is important. You cannot choose CS in IIT Mumbai if your score is 1500. IIT Mumbai may be possible, but not in computer science. You may get a seat in electronics and communication, as I already told you. You can get it. Locking choices without checking, without having a proofreading again right from top to bottom. If you lock the choices are locked. Again, the chances of getting into IITs and IITs are, see, out of, let us say you just start filling, rather than clicking on CS, you clicked on EC. Without the proofreading, without again verifying everything, you just simply lock the choices. What can happen? At worst, you may not get a seat. At worst, you also can get a seat, but in the branch that you don't want. So cross-verify once or twice before you lock. Okay. Smart tips. Fill the maximum number of choices. As many as you can, as many as allowed. Okay. Now, check previous year cutoffs. This year cutoffs are okay, fine. Now we only got ranks, but we don't know the cutoffs. Cutoffs will only give you a history for the next year. Check the previous year cutoffs. For an example, I got 1500 rank. I don't know where to get in. If you take the data from 20 to 2025, or let us say from 2022 to 2025, it will give you a clear idea of where you have to apply. Because current year cutoffs only will be known to the next year, right? So take a history. Okay, keep updating till last day. If it is possible, keep updating. Talk to your friends. Just take any resources, as many resources as possible to refine your knowledge of filling this application, and keep updating. Don't lock till the last day. Use the last round cutoffs for safety choices. So that's what I would say. if you put a safe college at the top, what happens? You lose the better option? No. System locks the lower choice. This is important to understand. Some questions is, if you put a safe college at the top, what happens? You don't lose the better options. System locks the lower choice. That's the very reason why. And of course, you will be having the better options. But if you say NIT Hyderabad, of course, there is no NIT Hyderabad, as compared to NIT Calicut, you know that you are eligible for NIT Calicut. But having no knowledge that NIT Calicut should be filled first, you filled NIT Hyderabad before NIT Calicut. Now this priority makes the system think that you are a resident of Hyderabad and you prefer Hyderabad over Calicut. Although you are eligible to get into NIT Calicut, but system will lock the choice of Hyderabad, although you are eligible. Okay, it's not that you are losing the better options. Of course, if your intention is to get into Hyderabad, being a resident of native resident of Hyderabad, you can choose it. But if you already are eligible for NIT Calicut, don't look at Hyderabad. Initially, choose NIT Calicut as the topmost option. Okay, and if not this IDs and NITs, also have a look at the PSUs. But when it comes to the PSU, let us be very realistic. PSU is a job. PSU is going to be securing your life. PSU is just like the what do you call? We are going to close our learning path. We start earning. PSU is going to give you the security till the end of your life. PSU is a government job, right? So now when it comes to the PSU, don't imagine that the competition also is as equal to getting into IITs or NITs. Here competition would be really, really tough indeed. Very tough indeed. But still, gate exam, if you crack the gate exam, you will be eligible to get into the PSUs. Look at the PSUs that are being, of course, gate score is valid for 3 years right now. You are allowed to get into these PSUs. It is an entrance examination, I would say. It will open door. Some PSUs directly take, if you crack the gate exam, just based on the interview. Another PSUs will have some additional procedures. Some PSUs are ONGC, Indian Oil Corporation, NTPC, Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, Power Grid Corporation of India, Gas Authority of India Limited, Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited. But have a look at the PSUs that are going to take you in 2020, PSU advertisements in 2025 and 2026. Sorry, 2026 and 2027. Okay, gate score required for the PSUs is approximate. This is the competition is years. Usually it ends up with the top 100 to 300 ranks. General, you should be falling in between 750 to 900 plus. Rank should be less than 200. Even if you get a rank less than 200, that there is no guarantee that you're going to get it. But I'm not pulling your legs. I'm not demotivating. I'm just telling you the facts. You can apply. If you get, you're lucky. If you did not get, you're eligible for applying something else. Okay. OBC NCL. If you get 750 to 700 to 850, and if your rank is less than 400, there are better chances to get into the PSUs. When it comes to the SC, your score should be around 600 to 750, and your rank should be less than 1000. Then you have a better chance to get into the PS, get a job in PSUs. ST, 500 to 700, rank should be less than 2000. Okay. These are the documents that are required for 2026. I would want you people to make a note of it. Okay, just take a screenshot, the documents, because most of the people, they fail to collect documents before they apply. So many people, I know that most of you people are very good in, knowing about these documents, but still there are some people who don't know about the documents that are required to fill the application. So take a screenshot of this. Okay. Selection process for the PSUs, type 1 direct recruitment based only on the gate score. Some PSU shortlist directly. But there is a multi-stage process with respect to some PSUs, gate score shortlist, and there is an interview, and there is a group discussion sometimes. Application process, each PSU releases own notification. Check for, just be yourself in touch with the applications, with the advertisements. Apply through official website. Deadlines are different from COAP and CMT. These are not for the gate, since these are not for admission into IITs and IITs. you should have a watch on the newspapers when they are actually released. Yes, even if you get a rank 2000, there is a strong PSC chance, but still, less than 200 also, there may be a chance that you may not get. Bank 200 to 1000, mid-level PSUs you can eye for. IITs as a backup. Rank 1000, greater than 1000, focus on IITs and NITs, not PSUs primarily. If your rank is more than 1000, stop getting into this. My point is, if you want to get a job, if you got a rank less than 200, don't even think of IITs or NITs. You have a fair chance of getting into PSUs. Of course, since the applications are parallel, you can apply, but you get into some PSU, you don't need to think of IITs, because getting into PSUs itself is a lot difficult these days than getting into IITs and NITs, because PSUs are going to completely lock your life. PSUs are completely going to secure life in 360 degrees dimension. Till 60, 65 years, you'll be, even after you get retired, your life is completely secure. Okay, I mean, you'll have a very good work-life balance. You don't need to stick to your job from 8 to 8. Of course, the government job advantage is you will work minimal, spend more time with the family. But the private jobs, work more, spend less time with the family. That's what I want to say. Alternatives, I already talked about, right? Opportunities abroad also. I mean, if you did not get a score, don't get demotivated. Just exercise these options. Have a look at these opportunities and options that we talked about. So if you do have any questions, you can ask me now. Any questions? Any questions? Darshini, Premraj, Selvam. Very good. Darshini, any questions? Okay. You can wait for some more time. Well, Darshini, I mean, what is the score that you got? If I can ask. Good. Computer science, right? Not bad. Being a final year student, not bad at all. Because you understand that you did a significant job in cracking this. So I'm proud of you. So still, you may get based on you. I'm not getting into the details of the categories. Just just focus on what exactly that you can do right now. Based on which I would really tell you that you did a good job. You're technically strong, and there are better opportunities actually are awaiting. You still get a chance to get into NITs. Okay, and with this score, you also can try an Anna University. Am I clear? Anna University will have some direct entrance for those people who crack the gate. Okay, so you just can directly apply if you really want to get into what do you call the state universities. Also, you can apply for any state universities, any government colleges. Also, government colleges directly can take you. This you know better. Okay, with which we have come to an end of today's session. I hope I gave you enough details about this session. Yeah. Shall we leave? Okay, Premraj, thank you. Okay, Darshini, thank you. And hope you people will get settled good. And, I wish all the best in every possible direction of your life. Thank you so much. And let's end this session.